Happy New Year and welcome back to the Igniting Dreams Within podcast. We solve life and business problems that transform businesses and individuals into happier and fulfilled ones. And thank you for tuning into the first episode of the Igniting Dreams Within podcast for 2020. I look forward to sharing with you. I look forward to challenging you. I look forward to coaching you. I look forward to mentoring you and helping you become the best version of who you are and who you choose to become. And today we are continuing to part 2 of the self-leadership series, where today we are talking about opportunities that are coming in 2020, opportunities that are going to be coming in your life. How do you take opportunities when they present themselves? How do you maximize on the opportunities you've been given? And lastly, how do you brand yourself in those opportunities that you've been given? And I like what my mentor John Wooden says or said. He said that when the opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. And as you are going into 2020, as you will be taking advantage of the opportunities that will be presented to you, as you will be maximizing on the opportunities that you've been given, make sure that you prepare for the opportunities before they come. It's been said that if you fail to prepare, you are failing to prepare. If you fail to prepare, you are preparing yourself to fail. And as we are going to be thriving in 2020, and as we are going to be pursuing our dreams, and as we'll be pursuing our life's purpose, we need to prepare ourselves in such a way that when the opportunity comes, we can see them, so that we won't miss the opportunities, because we have not become the person in preparation to take advantage, to thrive in these opportunities. I invite you, listen to the podcast, take some notes, and apply the lessons that we are going to be sharing about. How do you prepare for opportunities, and how do you brand yourself in the midst of those opportunities? Let's dive deep into the podcast.
The second one was because I was in a place where I was doing a job that I was beginning to hate.
Okay.
So the job was actually consuming me. Mm-hmm. And I remember I got a call the other time to say, no, we okay, here's an opportunity. Would you want to take it? And I said, yes, definitely now. I'm jumping at it. And from that yes, I felt good.
Okay.
Like I felt young again. Mm-hmm. So let me say something. There's a power in saying yes.
Okay.
You know, and I know it from that experience. That is power in saying yes. That sometimes when we're saying yes, we're not saying you know what to do when you after saying yes. Mm-hmm. No. You just say yes, you'll find out what happens.
Yes.
I remember Grant Cardone said, when an opportunity presents to you and they say, would you do this? Say yes and go in hide and find out how to do it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, you'll deal with the how part later, or just say yes. Because when you say yes, you open yourself to a different way of thinking.
Okay.
When you say no, you shut your mind from a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
Most of the things that you know now, you did not know then. You only got to know because you said yes to a door. So you say yes, but you don't know where the door is. You go and check. You start searching for the door. You say yes, but you don't know how it's going to work out. You have to go and find the method.
Okay.
You say yes, but you don't even know if you're capable.
Okay, yes.
You go and test your capability. Sometimes you only know that you're capable when you're done. With that particular, you're like, wow, is it me? You know, and even now, I'm done with that project that I was given, that opportunity that I was given. I got another opportunity. I'll just be starting on it in a few weeks. In that opportunity, I've learned a lot.
Wow.
And that was one of the transformation moments that I said yes to an important challenge that I did not know how to deliver on it. But I delivered exceptionally well, and everybody that monitored or benefited from the project wished it could have continued.
Yes, wow.
And that's when you know that you've touched people.
Wow.
And it worked for me.
Yeah. This is very powerful. And you are reminding me of, it's not similarly the same thing, but as you are sharing with me, I'm reminded. Because I remember is it a month or so? I think maybe it's a few weeks ago. This other pastor who's a mentor of mine, I usually have some conversations with him. So this particular time, he was launching his book in Johannesburg. and he had an engagement here in Polokwane. And he calls me and says that, no, I've spoken with these people and we had agreed that I'm going to speak at their events. But the challenge is that the day that now they have is the day that I'm supposed to be preparing the venue and finalizing things for me in Johannesburg. So I can't be in Polokwane and leave for Johannesburg and be in these two places in the same time. Would you please go that side? And initially I wanted to say no. Because when he told me that they had not arranged anything, they hadn't spoken about what would the program be like, I was going into something that I didn't even know what was going to happen. And when I even arrived, those guys were like, no, they told me that, no, Mr. Mamabolo, you need to be here at this venue at this time. And I was there. To arrive there only to find out, no, they themselves are not even there at the time. It's only one person. You know, those when people are inviting you on events, then they will spend 3 hours or 4 hours collecting each other or finalizing things. Then it's okay, it's fine. Then the day progressed and they were busy with their activities. Now the main program started around, I think it's around 2. And now I thought that I would leave there around 12 because they had said, now we'll come at 10, 11, you'll be speaking, then 12, then you should be done, then we'll be having our own activities. So I stood there and I was with them. Then the time came, and as I was busy listening to them, because it's a school, and what they had, it's like a team building, it's a team building session. You remember I even asked you, do you have some activities, team building activities? Yes. It was that time. So when I was there and I was observing and listening to them, I got this model that I would have that would be transformational for workshops. Because it was that time when I said, okay, let me test this model here with this guy. Right here in this event. Yeah. Because they had said that, no, we've got these issues as teachers. We've got these issues as the staff that's taking care of the children at school. And as I was busy listening to them, I said, what would be the best way for me to transform these people or to help them initiate the transformation that they need in the school so that they would achieve the result they would want to achieve at the end of the year. And as you are saying, it was me saying yes to that particular event that I got that time to think about even the transformation that I would want to have in my workshops. So I'm saying that, no, what you are saying, it's really works. Powerful. It works. It works very much.
It works.
Yeah.
Look, can I take you back to something different? You were talking about, when you talked about social media and stuff like that. And one of the things that you mentioned, you said about your personal brand. Now, and I want to share with you something that I learned from and one of them I learned, some of them I learned them from TJ Malamule, I learned them from Grant Cardone and other books that I was reading about branding, because we don't think we are a brand. We often don't think that we're a brand. We think, okay, I'm a speaker and that's it. I'm a coach, that's it. I'm an entrepreneur, but you're a brand. You represent something. Now, when you go forward, Mr. Mamabolo, and you want to look yourself into, or to locate yourself into as an influencer in the marketplace, there's something that I learned, and one of them is when people want to associate, it's asking yourself, what do you give the people that you want to associate with? Okay. Or what do the people that you want to associate with you get from you as a brand? Okay. And one of the things that you need to do, you need to locate yourself in the emotions of the people. Okay. So now, when we say you locate yourself in the emotions of the people, is whatever you as a brand must evoke certain emotions. In the life of those people. Okay. And either whatever emotion it is, you choose what emotion you want. I remember one lady was speaking at a conference, and she said she attended a very bad conference the other time. And in that conference, it was women's conference. Okay. And one of the speakers stood up to speak. It was the first speaker, I think. She said she stood up to speak, and she said, "Ladies, we can cry. It's okay to cry about our problems." And she invited everybody to remember their pain, to remember how bad life is, how rough things were, and everybody started sobbing in that conference. Okay, wow. Then everybody started mourning and crying and sobbing and weeping. And she evoked the emotions. Okay. They still remember her even today. Wow. Wow. But let me tell you something. They don't remember her for the way that she made them cry. Okay. But they remember her for resurrecting things that they buried. Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. So when you come as a speaker or as an entrepreneur or as anything, you are a product. Okay. That has a brand. Meaning that brand must be associated with how people feel. Okay. You understand? When you are thirsty, you think about Coca-Cola or Oasis or whatever. When you are very tired, today we think about a spa. depending on which one you've been to. You understand? When you feel like you're gaining weight, you say you want to feel good about yourself, you think about a particular gym.
Okay.
Because you think when you go to the gym, you will feel good. The gym is not only associated with the weight loss, it's associated with the feeling of weight loss.
Oh, yes.
So you get to that level. The second thing is, what do you want people to remember?
Okay.
After having met you, what will people remember? Will they remember your face?
Okay.
Will they remember your voice? What is it that they're going to remember?
Okay.
I remember Maya Angelou said, people may forget what you said. They may forget what you do, but they will not forget how you made them feel.
Wow.
So what is it that you want people to remember as a person? If you're invited to speak at a conference, whatever, what is it that people should remember about you? Number 3, what will people do with what they remember?
Okay.
So if I come to speak for an hour, I make them feel certain things.
Okay.
That's okay. But usually that feeling is to prepare for reception.
Okay.
The reception is to prepare for what they should remember.
Okay.
What they should store and remember. Okay. But what they remember, what will they do with that information or with that feeling that they have? Like an example that I gave is a woman made people to remember, to resurrect the things that they had buried, meaning now it takes them back where they don't want to go. It actually takes them to the place where they're walking away from.
Yes.
So what will people do about the information that you give them? Number 4, from after the things that people do, how will it change their life?
Okay.
Or how will it influence their life? Or how will it impact their life? So if you are a brand, a speaking brand, people must feel something when you speak.
Okay.
2, people must remember something after you've spoken. 3, people must be able to do something about what they remember after you have spoken. And the things that they do must impact or influence or transform their life in a particular way. So if I appear to you and nothing happens to you, it means there's no need for us to stick around. You stick around brands that make you feel. The reason why you always go to the same shop to buy clothes of a certain kind is because you feel in a particular way when you're wearing them. And when you're wearing those things, you know that people will remember you in a particular way. I remember there was an interview here, John Cena. They say John Cena always wear navy blue suit with an orange tie. And he said something. He said it's easy to pack. It's easy to remember. I don't need to worry when I'm going to the shops. Hello. It gives him a certain thing. Him choosing blue, that is it navy blue or royal blue, him choosing a blue color, it makes it easy for him when he goes shopping. He doesn't need to have competition of colors. He goes to a specific shop, he buys a specific color, he's done.
Wow.
What is it that people, as a brand, how do people associate with you? And that is important.
What they feel, what they remember, what they do, and how it impacts their life. Wow. And you are reminding me of, it wasn't as detailed as you are saying, but I remember when I was speaking, and while I was reflecting after I had spoken when I was at home, the question that I asked myself was that I've spoken, yes, but what and how? What are they going to do with the information that they got? And how are they going to use it to transform their lives? So it wasn't as detailed as you are saying, but thank you for sharing that. I'll definitely make sure.
Look, that is where we miss it as speakers most of the time. That is why I don't want to be called and what do you call this? A motivational speaker. You know, no. I don't like that. Because when you call me a motivational speaker, it's the same as telling me that I'm a shower. Because you go to a shower even when it's necessary. A shower doesn't really transform you because after a few minutes you need to go back to it.
Yes.
Do you understand that? I don't want to be called that. So I want to be called. It's hard. If you make me in the category of vaccines, you get it once, it lasts longer. I want to touch the people in that way. So when you speak, I remember I was invited to speak at a conference. I didn't get to speak at that conference, but I was invited. For other reasons, I didn't get to speak. But when I was supposed to speak at that conference, when I was preparing, I remember I sent an email. I said, "What do you want to benefit from what I say?" From my invitation. So people must benefit something. So after they replied to that email, now I said, okay, this is what the host wants me to talk about. 1. So I have the topic.
Okay.
And I also have why they want me to talk about that.
Okay.
I also know who will be in the audience. Okay. So now in that topic, I must say, what will be the key learning outcomes? So now every time when I go to speak, the first slide after introducing everything, I put learning outcomes.
Okay.
What will you learn from my speaking?
Okay. Okay.
Why do I put that? Because if I put the learning outcomes, it channels me and pushes me to make sure that everything that I say must build towards those. And usually I put 5 learning outcomes.
Okay.
So you must learn 5 things from my 45 minutes talk, or from my 1 hour talk, or from my 15 minutes keynote.
Okay.
You must learn 5 things. Of those 5 things, you must be able to do them.
Okay.
And I am able to put practical ways of doing it. It's either it's direct or through a story.
Okay.
Through a scenario or in an illustration.
Okay.
Why? Because after you've spoken, even as a brand, it's how will people see themselves in you?
Okay. Okay.
So you've spoken. When they leave, what is it that they see in themselves that resembles you?
Okay.
Or what is it that they see in you that resembles them?
Okay.
In one way or another. I remember we were talking about food. And people said, now we prefer food from a particular shop.
Okay.
And I asked them, but why do you prefer food? And even my wife was teaching me this the other day. And she said to me, now I love to buy things that last longer.
Okay.
Again? And then I said, okay, but why? But that shop is affordable and it's always fresh. She said, yes, it's always fresh, but it doesn't last long.
Okay, okay.
If we can buy food from this shop and buy these perishable vegetables. You buy vegetable from this shop and buy vegetable from that shop. You put them in the same fridge at the same time. One will perish faster than the other. So we were comparing. And then because she loves to buy things that stays longer, she doesn't want to go back. So she prefers to go, she sees her values in the shop.
In the shop. Okay, okay. Wow.
So they link. So she will always go back because of that.
Wow.
Others would tell you that, I remember Vusi Temboko, I was saying there's nothing that's expensive, it's your pocket.
Yes.
That is a little bit shallow. So we don't talk about price. We talk about affordability. Yeah, we talk about affordability. So even when you come to me as a speaker, there's no one who's a bad speaker. It's you who is not in the season of learning from me. That is why it's possible you listen to one speaker this month, but next month you don't need him.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Because you were in a season. That is why even now my relationship with you can end next year. It's possible that we may not talk anymore. Because if I've delivered what was needed for you, and if you've delivered what is needed for me, why should we keep hanging on? Because I'm closing a connection for the others.
Okay.
So what is it that what do people see? How do people see? When you are reflecting on what you've done this year in 2019, you need to start looking. How did I dispense myself to the people?
Okay.
How did I dispense myself to the people? The people that I assume that I'm saving, how did I dispense myself? And then in 2020, how will I dispense myself to those people?
Wow. That's powerful. That's very powerful.
And it goes that
powerful. Yeah. Definitely, I'll definitely have some time to reevaluate and rethink. Thank you for tuning in to the Igniting the Reins Within podcast. I'll see you next time on part 3 when we are talking about self-leadership. My friend, as much as you might want to lead others into victory, the first person that you need to lead into victory is yourself. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time.